good if I I gave you all that crap right there, Pogue, about what we were going to do here for boys basketball, and then I didn't even turn our volumes up the right way.
I did my job.
Bill Belichick style. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Meyer. Keith Block, Matt Pogue. Tim Bartholomew and the full Meyer cast is here with us as well. We are just letting everybody know we still have a couple minutes to go here in the girls basketball game. This was a doubleheader, coaches versus cancer here. Girls basketball followed by boys basketball. A full pregame for boys basketball against Cinnaminson is coming up in a few minutes. So thanks for staying patient with us. We will be back in just a couple of minutes after this. And I'm excited because, we got some things. There's the new equipment is here, folks. We got some things.
Yeah, I think they can tell just by looking at us we're not as stressed.
We're not as blurry either. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so we are going to step away. We'll sit here and watch the rest of this girls game. We'll come back as soon as that's over, about 20 minutes of pregame, and then we're going to have tip-off. Boys basketball against Cinnaminson in the Meyer on a Friday night. It's coaches versus cancer. Stay here. You're caught in the Meyer. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Meyer, Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Jen Kroc, and Mandy Shovlin here with you for boys basketball. It's coaches versus cancer, Montgomery and Cinnaminson. Boys, how we doing?
Terrific. How are you?
I'd be doing better when you learn to use your big boy voice inside. I'm telling you, man.
It's not going in. Is that better?
I'm just going to leave that one right where it is. Pogue, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
All right.
Double checking this a billion times.
I think we are in good shape right now, my friend. I am very happy for what we have going on. Hopefully the vision that we have for this thing is going to actually be executed for the first time in the history of the Meyer. But if you know anything about us, it's bound to screw something up.
Yeah.
but along the line, it's going to be entertaining, I'll tell you that. Hopefully, like this basketball game will be, Montgomery is looking to get back on track after a pair of losses, guys. And the last two games, it seems like it kind of has been, according to the coaching staff, a lot of Ryan Curry and a lot of Chris Rabayo. And, you know, Timmy, I know you had a chance to talk to them a little bit. What was the sense you got from them over what would happen in the last couple of games?
You know, it's kind of like in the beginning of the year, we were impressed that the other people on the team were able to step up and be that next scorer. And then in the last couple of games, you know, it hasn't been the case. Curry and Rabayo are accounting for like 40 of their 50 points or 55 points. So, you know, they're getting they're getting 20 points, 23 points a game, and then they're not really getting much help anywhere else. Hopefully with this ground, we can turn it around. I know they had an excellent win against Ridge last Friday. Right? Was it last Friday?
Yes.
Yeah, and then maybe a little bit of a letdown, Del Barton on Sunday, and then another one this week. But this looks to be a bounce back game where we could really get things going, and maybe some of those players could step up and be that impact player.
North Hunterdon, I always feel like, is one of those teams, you know, and we'll talk about it ad nauseum, you know, just when you know somebody so well. It's like a divisional matchup in the NFL. You can almost throw records out the window sometimes when those things happen. North Hunterdon head coach Kyle Rarig, obviously, you know, formerly on the Montgomery staff, just, you know, one of the best guys you're ever going to meet, but also, you know, as friendly with this basketball program as anybody is out there. Matt, I want to talk about Ryan Curry a little bit. You know, I have just been, like, as impressed with him, you know, as anybody could possibly be. You know, the kid is just dynamite with the ball in his hands. You know, as we get take a look at some of the stuff that he's been doing so far this season, you know, he's just exceeded every expectation I have, both in the execution of his game, but also the confidence.
I mean, he does things that I question, and then I'm amazed by. So I guess I should stop questioning it and just accept it. You know, he's going to be amazing.
You know, and it hasn't been only one thing. That's the thing that, to me, I think has been the most impressive. It's not just that he's been a good shooter from the outside. It's not just that he's been a fantastic passer or just a fantastic ball handler. He's handled the ball well. He has shot the ball well from three and with confidence. And he has been able to pass the ball. You know, you saw that backdoor cut there, you know, for the two-handed jam for Rabayo. He's worked off ball and gotten one of those from Rabayo. You know what I mean? It's just been everything that you would have wanted from a captain, and you see why. He's the first, I think he's the first ever captain as a sophomore in this program's history.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, I'm sorry, good.
Oh, no, he's been amazing. I mean, the thing that I'm most impressed with is just his ability as a sophomore to lead the team. You know, to be that leader, to be that guy that they look for to, you know, handle the ball and make big plays when they need to.
The other thing that I was talking about, I alluded to it briefly on our last broadcast, but I think it bears mentioning again. He doesn't come off the floor. You know, there's that old saying, you work your way into game shape as the season goes on. No, that does not happen for Curry. You know, he's gotten a couple of breaks in the games where we've been up by 20. But other than that, the kid plays 32 minutes.
I mean, what that also means is he's not getting into foul trouble. He's on the court because he's playing smart on defense. Even though he's active, he's disrupting a lot of things, but he is on the floor because he never has more than 2, 3, maybe 4 fouls on a rare occasion.
Timmy, let's talk Chris Rabayo. He has been growing into the role that we thought that he was going to play as this season has progressed. it seemed like a lot of attention was certainly paid to him in the early parts of the season. The double teams were coming fast and furious at him, and he maybe was a little slow out of the gate. And oh boy, over the last 2 weeks, has he really flourished?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's in the last 2 games or 2 of those losses, he scored over 20 points in those games. So it definitely means like he stepped up when he needs to because other people aren't scoring, and he's got to pick up the slack, and that shows a lot of growth on his part and more consistency than maybe we saw last year.
I continue to wait for him, and I think we're there. I think we're there to the point where now he's going to be just the dominant basketball player that we really think he can be. If you can't tell, we're all sick. By the way, it's fantastic. We're going to sound like about 85 years old if you don't really know who we are or watch any of the pregame. But we're battling through it. And I think it's just, it's that old smoky charm that we have going on today.
You sound terrific, buddy.
I think we're all going to listen to this again just to hear that.
Right. Listen, I make lemonade out of oranges. How about that? We're, as you can see with our fancy new countdown and tip-off clock, thanks to Mr. Pogue, we got about 11 and a half minutes to go. We just got handed the starting lineup, so we got a little bit of work to do over here to make this visually lovable for you guys. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll get some feedback from Mandy Shovlin, who is here. She'll be doing the sideline reporting for us. And then we're going to have a little more insight for you, and then we're going to have tip-off. Coaches versus cancer here in the Cougar Den. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Montgomery High School. Keith Glock, Tim Bartholomew, Matt Pogue, Mandy Shavlin, Jen Kroc. We're fired up for boys basketball here tonight. I always like, taking everybody behind the fourth wall, or breaking down the fourth wall, of media and industry, as it were, because, look, we know that we do some pretty fun things here on the Mire, but half of the fun is us making fun of each other and whatever. And to say that we've kind of had this, and especially since Matt came on board, has been crazy and valuable. We've had this vision of doing a whole bunch of stuff tonight that, I always like setting the table because I want to put a little bit of pressure on you at least. This way,
little.
We can execute this thing.
Yeah, let's make it watchable, that's all.
We're looking forward to tonight because we now have the power to do instant replay for you guys. So we'll have live game instant replay. We just have a lot more allegedly, and just a lot more that we can bring to you from a video and graphics standpoint because we now have the hardware to make it work. I am really excited about it. This is like now the actual heartfelt piece of me because we've just been trying to get this right for now 3 years, and I mean, we might be there. I don't really know, but we're going to figure it out. Let's get back to boys basketball. Timmy, we talked about the fact that the last couple of games have been, the two-person show of Curry and Rabayo from a scoring perspective. But let's talk a little bit about those other guys. I want to talk about your guy, Matt Prescott, a little bit because we have seen just, even though it hasn't been as consistent as we might have wanted to have it to be, he's been huge in spots earlier this season.
He has. I mean, you watch a player like him play, and you know the potential's there. So just getting him the shots up and getting him seeing him fall and getting the confidence, he can be a big part of any game. We just have to make sure he just has to, start to hit,
For sure. The other guy that I want to talk about that I think that we have really only kind of started scratching the surface on, Matt, is Marco Lainez. I know that, there's issues that, as we're, you watch games, shot selection at times might be an issue, because we know like the mid-range jumper is like a thing that just really shouldn't exist anymore ever. But that's okay. But Marco's confidence level will grow, and I think his overall basketball IQ will continue to grow as the season goes on.
I mean, but he's already making strides that you wouldn't expect from somebody in his position. I mean, he's finding his own spots. He's not forcing the offense, which is huge, because sometimes a guy wants to do too much, and he's out there taking shots that aren't in the offense. But he's been great about passing when he needs to, getting to that one spot he loves, about 6 feet in front of the hoop, and just pulling up.
And I'll take 6 feet. With him, I think until we get a little bit later in the season, I don't really want 10 feet. I'll take 6 feet, but I don't want 10. Even like those elbow jumpers, they're kind of like, if for some reason we get into space or it's Prescott or one of those guys, that's fine. It is what it is. But there's a guy I want you to keep an eye on tonight and tomorrow that if the tea leaves that I'm reading are correct, we're going to get, and I don't really know why this is going to be a shock because it shouldn't be, JT Szymborski, freshman. I think we're going to see some minutes from the kind of like the annual excursion into the freshman class because we know how Grundy loves to get those guys minutes. And I think that what he's showing in practice so far has been one that, hey, I'm kind of deserving of a little bit of an opportunity here.
Absolutely. I mean, I was looking at some stats, and I think he got some minutes in the last couple of games. And he, talking to Coach Grundy, I think he's got a good shot, and he brings something to the table that could really help the team when we need it, when maybe some of the other guys aren't scoring.
Pogue, you and I were talking about JT. As we were walking through the hall the other day, we saw him. We were like, "Oh, okay, he's 14."
Yeah, we had to double check Genesis. Are you sure?
He's a big boy, and I don't even necessarily think he's gonna stop growing. But it is.
That's a good thing.
I can never escape lacrosse, no matter how much I try to escape lacrosse here.
Here it is.
You don't want to. We all know.
I don't. This is the last lacrosse-free weekend for the next 6 months. Is it? Actually, and it's not even lacrosse-free. I got to go to freaking lacrosse convention after this.
Thank God, right? You got to get back into that
Let's
lacrosse.
Go, baby.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
It's got to happen.
I am fired up. Whew. So in any event, all right, we're about 90 seconds away here, and we're going to step away, national anthem, and then we're going to come back with Mandy Shavlin. Tip-off, Coaches versus Cancer here in the Mire. Montgomery and Cinnaminson coming up right after this. You're caught in the Mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to Montgomery High School. Keith Block, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Mandy Shovlin, and Jen Kroc. We are getting set for basketball here against Cinnaminson. Let's first bring you the starters for Cinnaminson. Mike Fries is the head coach, and Roderick Wright will start. He's the point guard. Owen Ogden, Justin Yancic, Eric Gallagher, and Jalen Roberts. Now let's bring you the starting lineups for your Montgomery Cougars.
Kai Lewis, senior, guard.
Noah Velocic, junior, forward.
Matt Prescott, junior, forward.
Ryan Curry, sophomore, guard.
Chris Rubio, junior, forward.
As we wait for the starters to be announced behind us, Cinnaminson is coached by Mike Fries. The assistants are Chuck Casey and Dan Rella. And, of course, the coaching staff for Montgomery, Chris Grundy, Joe Bassford, Tommy Molars, and Aaron Reynolds. Cougars on the heels of this two-game losing streak, but looking to snap out of it here on a Friday night in front of a pretty decent crowd in the Den. As the starters are finishing being announced behind us, let's take a listen over to Mandy Shovlin and see how she is making out. Mandy, what do you got for us?
All right, guys, welcome to Montgomery versus Cinnaminson on this Friday night. Last game at North Hunterdon, Montgomery's Chris Rubio and Noah Velocic. Chris had 16 points and Noah had 10 points. This is going to be a game for the Cougars to prove themselves coming off a loss last week at North Hunterdon. It's going to be a hard-fought and well-played game for both teams. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mandy.
Here we go.
Cinnaminson coming out in the road black uniforms with the white numbers, and the Cougs in the usual home whites. We are about set to go here for boys basketball, and hopefully this was a good one. Rabayo will jump it up for the Cougs. Justin Yancic will jump it up for Cinnaminson. And here we go. Three-man officiating crew. It's how you know it's a big game. They always do that for the coaches versus cancer. You see Curry winning the tip from Rabayo, and here we go. They quickly are going right into Rabayo, and Prescott is going to be the recipient on the other end.
Get it started early. Let's do it.
Pressure into the front court, or the back court, I should say, for Cinnaminson, and here comes the trap. They are able to get away. A bounce pass inside. Rabayo comes up with a stuff. You can already see the hesitancy there as Prescott cannot come up with a steal. A pull-up jumper, and Rabayo's got 2 blocks in the first possession.
Very good.
Velocic into the lane. Prescott from 3, yes!
There he is. See, he just needs me here.
A hot start for Matt Prescott. 5-0 Cougs. And a steal. Velocic, Curry, he's going to hoist. No good. Knocked back outside, and Rabayo is going to corral it. Kai Lewis all the way up top. Prescott, can he go again? He'll try it. No good.
Just didn't look like it came off his hand right.
That would have sent this place into a bit of a frenzy. As Cinnaminson into the lane for Yancic, and his floater is up and good.
It works, I guess.
An interesting start and a hot start for the Cougs. Rabayo over to Curry. That was an interesting pass. This Kai Lewis is going to get called for traveling.
Look to see them getting into Rabayo a little bit more now.
Yep.
After the hot start.
Ooh, nearly a carry, but no call. And we are going to have a kickball. That was...
Just dribble it right off of Curry's foot.
That was interesting. Is what it is. Roderick Wright will trigger it. Ogden for Yancic. And you can see as he... And they're going to get over and back. Yep, that's a good call.
Just put his hand down on the opposite side of the half-court line.
Yep. Curry's going to trigger things for the Cougs here. We're in the opening minutes of boys basketball. Rabayo's going to try from up top. That's his spot and cannot get the roll. Velocic trying to hustle for the rebound but can't. I could see why Grundy has employed a bit of pressure on Cinnaminson so far.
Yeah, they're having a little bit hard time moving the ball around.
I think the general handle of a lot of these folks may not be
up to snuff.
Yeah. Rabayo, again, just standing in the way, and you saw the intimidation there as Curry thought about pulling from Riley Green territory, but said, let's leave that to him.
Thought about it again.
Velocic and Curry just looking for space as Prescott. 2 for 3 already on the first quarter.
There he is.
Fantastic from the junior. You know, it's one of the things that I love about watching this team play is that, you know, they tend not to make the same mistakes, or the areas of concern tend not to be the same time after time, as Rabayo has already got his 3rd block, but Prescott can't save it from going out. And what I mean by that is Grundy finds a way to motivate the guys that need motivating. If the last 2 games represented games where the quote-unquote also-rans, which is doesn't mean to be insulting to those guys, but it just means Curry and Rabayo are the stars of the team. Already we come out here and look, Prescott firing away.
Yeah.
Kai Lewis stepping in front of a pass, and they are going to say that is out of bounds off Cinnaminson.
I mean, you want your star players to get points. You want them to be the stars, but then you also want the role players to contribute,
How are we making out over there, Pogue? A little more difficult than we imagined?
Slightly.
It's all right. You'll figure it out. I got faith in you. Curry with the steal and Vlasic. He's going to hoist as the trailer. Yes!
There we go.
That's enough for Cinnaminson that they've seen already. It's 11-2 Cougs and a timeout coming. And we'll see what we'd have. It's a 30, so let's keep it here with you. And, Tim, you got to be happy with that kind of start.
You know me. Anytime Prescott's shooting threes, I'm in.
That's pretty true. I know that about you.
No, they're all doing that. I mean, so far so good, man. It looks like good ball movement. I like in this game, Rabayo's already got 3 blocks. Really playing the big man role well. So far so good.
I was talking to Grundy about Rabayo, and he had said there's one thing about Rabayo that he does better than maybe anybody I've ever coached, and that is the ability to remain vertical and not draw stupid fouls inside while still blocking shots. Just jumping straight up and down is not as easy as you might think it is.
As easy as it sounds.
Yeah. Kai Lewis just really pestering in the backcourt. They might get a 10 seconds here. Oh, they just miss.
Ooh.
Nearly a push-off from Jalen Roberts, but no call. Good job by Yancic to Sky and keep it in bounds. We're just past the midway point of the first quarter, and the Cougs firmly in control here. There's the travel, yep. The big man, Marco Lainez, will check into the game. He's very girthy.
Girthy.
I've been waiting all day to say that.
That's a great word.
It's a true story, man.
Girthy. I've never heard it. That was a good one.
Have not yet heard from Curry as they go right inside to Rabayo. That's a great touch pass from the quarterback, Lainez.
I mean, and that's his role. I mean, they get it up to him around the key and get it into Rabayo.
Nearly another travel, but instead a steal. As Prescott will come up with an embrace the other direction. He goes for Curry, the sophomore. He'll hoist. And no, he can't get the roll, and they are going to say out of bounds off Montgomery. That's twice that Montgomery has nearly come down with a shooter's roll three-pointer.
Yeah. Rabayo was in it to knock it out, but that's the thing with him on offense and defense. He's always around the board.
Cinnaminson with a little quick jumper up and good from Kyle Robinson.
Breaks some of the momentum from Montgomery.
Yep. Lead is back under 10. Lainez for Curry. And out of the big man. He'll work on the post. Looking for space. They send 2 guys at him. It doesn't matter, but he has it knocked out of his hands. That's a spot close enough where I think you look for that baby hook.
Yeah, he was just looking to pass it inside to Lainez, and it just didn't happen.
This is Roderick Wright Jr. We need a junior on our team. I just really want to call put the number 2 on the end of somebody's name. I would just call Roderick Wright Jr. 2 dubs.
2 dubs.
That's another steal. Curry. He'll throw for Rabayo, who corrals it for Lainez.
Wow.
What an athletic play.
Let's do it.
Pump. No pressure. No pressure.
Do it now. Do it.
Let's see what we got as we take another look at it. What a fantastic job.
This 3 by Cinnaminson.
Prescott is going to hoist from the top of the key. That rattles in and out. No good.
Well, it happened.
But not as well as you wanted?
No, but it happened.
That's all right.
Oh, well.
Hey, it's never happened before, so you did a great job. That was the best one. That was the best one you ever did.
Only one.
That was the best one you've ever done.
So maybe we'll just save him for like a little break in the action?
Yeah, that's probably better.
Let's give it a game or 2.
Okay.
I put so much pressure on you. I apologize.
Well, I got hyped up. I wanted to do it.
Don't apologize to him. Come on. Just keep piling on.
Just do better.
That's right. Linez is going to get called for a travel. As I said in the pregame, one of my favorites. I don't want the labor pains, Pogue. I just want the baby. Cougs by 11.
Got some new faces on the court.
Christian Rowan is checked in for the Cougs. He nearly comes up with a steal, but then he'll pick up a foul as he reaches in against Anthony Wong.
I think the freshman that you were talking about checked in as well.
Yes, JT Szymborski is into the ball game. Playing a little amazing Kreskin over here.
First foul shot, no good.
All in all, so far, an impressive first quarter. Still an eighth of it to go. No good.
Look at you doing math. Whoa.
Cinnaminson. Another crack at offense. This is Wong. And Linez will work on him. And that's going to be a silly foul. I don't really know that that one was up to the same level as the previous. It's the first foul on Rowan. They go right to the elbow. No good again. Rowan trying for the rebound, tips it over into the waiting hands of Rubio as we're under 20 seconds to go. Curry. And now Rowan. Back to Curry. He has got space. Driving, kicking back outside. Szymborski. No good. And now they need some defense. Kicking it back. Oh, nearly a travel, no call.
That's gotta be a walk, no?
And instead a sideline jumper is no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Before we take a break, let's head on over to Mandy Shavel. Mandy, go ahead.
All right, guys. Now that this game has started, we can see that Matt Prescott is coming out with a big offensive presence, giving the Cougars an early lead. And on the opposite side of the court, Chris Rubio is a really strong defensive presence for the Cougars. Now that we're done with this first quarter, the Cougs are leading by more than double, and the start of this game looks promising for the rest of the game. All right, guys, back to you.
Thanks, Mandy. We're one quarter in the books here in Montgomery. Cougs lead it by 9. It's Coaches versus Cancer against Cinnaminson. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back here to Montgomery. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Mandy Shavel, and Jen Kroc with you as we begin quarter number 2. Robert Wright Jr. with a 3. That's no good, and they are going to say foul over the back as Linez had good position.
It was a strong, aggressive rebound regardless.
Yeah, you know, Pogue, when you and I saw him in the scrimmage game, we saw it was just kind of like wacky flying inflatable tube-man of arms there, you know, like from the car dealership.
Yeah.
And now he's...
those guys are awesome.
He's definitely settled it down a little bit.
I think he just came up with the nickname, the dealership.
I love it. Rubio. Trying to make his own space. Pretty good defense from Cinnaminson. And Rubio they're going to say no shot, but that's a strong move. I mean,
I like that. You got to take that. That's he's making his own space and going underneath to get the easy basket.
No doubt about it. Rubio will go gather the inbound pass.
Does it all.
We tipped and out of bounds.
Cinnaminson doing a good job closing in on Rubio, making it hard for him to score underneath.
Yep. He'll hoist from 3 this time and knock it down.
I mean, but why would you go underneath when you can do that? Whatever.
Let's face it, right? He's 6'9", which, in this world is humongous. And in the next world, it's not. But he's still got his 5th block. And if you're not going to be able to play both inside and outside at 6'9" in today's world of basketball, you're in trouble. Szymborski from the corner, no good. Still looking for his first points. The freshman southpaw as he'll fly to the basketball. A wild shot, no good. But Wong there to gather the rebound. Lead remains double digits for the Cougs after that hot start as they try to go pick and roll. Instead, Curry's going to go all the way with the ball in one hand.
It's like nobody was in the lane.
Wow. Nice little crossover. Szymborski draws the charge. One of the staples of the Montgomery defense as the bench all on its feet.
What a great job by a freshman to step in there and take a charge by presumably a sophomore or junior or senior.
Listen, I don't want to run into him.
Yeah, that guy's big. I think he'd take me out.
Prescott, Vlasic, and Kai Lewis all back into the game, and you can see Cinnaminson trying to tighten things up defensively with man pressure. As Curry with space, driving and kicking. Vlasic, hoisting, yes!
It's one of those nights where everything's falling, man.
Listen, if you're going to play man-to-man defense like this, Curry is going to kill you. As another near steal for the Cougs.
Thought about shooting a couple times on that one.
Yep. Robert Wright Jr. finding no space against Curry as Prescott gets a hand on the basketball. And it ends up in the hands of Montgomery. 30-second timeout, we'll take it with him. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Mire. Got to tell you, been real impressed with the minutes early here from the freshman JT Szymborski. He stepped in and took a big charge moments ago. Let's take a look at that. As you can see him there just kind of get rolled over. You might want to go hard cut on that, folks. This way we can see what we have going on.
Jeez, this guy watching history, still a critic.
Jeez, maybe you might want to put us back to live, too. That'd be great. Appreciate that.
That was your second best instant replay.
Here's a lob inside. Rubio nearly gets undercut, no call.
Just couldn't finish.
That's one of those plays that they like to run coming out of a timeout. It's Prescott with some solid defense. And Owen Ogden will work on Prescott. They obviously feel okay with that matchup as they're all right being aggressive and pressing out. Vlasic, or rather Prescott with a steal. Noah leaves for Prescott. Curry working inside. Kai Lewis for Rubio. Second three-pointer of the game for the big man.
Big man feeling it tonight.
And now Montgomery's off and running. It's an 18-point lead and another turnover. Here comes the momentum. I'm getting this ball inbounds and running down the floor as fast as I possibly can right now.
Yeah.
Keep this momentum going. This is the point where you kind of
nail and coffin.
Yeah, and you don't usually get to say that in the second quarter with 4 minutes to go, but this is going to slip away fast for Cinnaminson if they don't get something moving here. It's Curry. He'll leave for his big man, and he gets another possession. Ooh, did they say that was... Just kind of I got wrong angled on that, so I couldn't really see.
I don't know. It looked like to me that they pushed Raballo out, but and then he threw it in, and I don't know.
And there's the steal. Up ahead for Curry. He leaves for Lewis, who couldn't quite get the handle the first time. Instead, all the way over the top for the sophomore. He has thought about it twice. Instead, he'll hoist and makes good.
That looked good.
Oh, what a great job by Curry, and they barely get it in.
I think they almost accidentally got it.
Yeah. Almost looked like Curry had eyes in the back of his head there as he was guarding the inbounder.
Curry almost gets a steal,
And
almost gets another.
He's done that 4 or 5 times already this season. And the way he attacks the basketball, it's almost like he's not going to foul because he either gets it or he doesn't. Kai Lewis looking for it. Instead, Curry gets it. Throws up for Kai, and he'll get an easy bucket.
There he is.
And a timeout from Cinnaminson. We'll take it with him. Cougs firmly in control, 31-8. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back here to the Den. Ryan Curry really doing a great job in that first half there. And let's take a look at that last three-pointer that he's got going on. As you see him hesitate there and then finally step back and knock that down. That's fantastic territory there from Curry.
Pogue, you nailed that replay. That was the best one yet.
No, I don't want to hear it now.
No, it's the best one, buddy. You did
I'm
great.
still going to be. I'm not even going to tell you why I'm critical, but Kai Lewis comes up with it. And another steal for the Cougs. Curry. Couple extra passes. Prescott looking for space. Kai will throw up a floater with the right hand from the sophomore or the southpaw.
He loves that shot.
How many things can you do with your wrong hand? As Prescott will throw up for Curry and another bucket for the Cougs. Robert Wright Jr. is rejected by Raballo.
It's got to be like 6 or 7. 6 maybe?
Still 2 minutes to go in this quarter, boy. Wow. And that one for nobody in particular. Another turnover.
Miscommunication between the Cinnaminson players.
This is an all-South Jersey weekend for the Cougs. Just to let you know what we have coming up on tap, we'll be back here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. tip-off against Haddon Township, and that'll put the cap on the Coaches versus Cancer Classic here at Montgomery. Or I believe it's Cougars versus Cancer, actually, now here. We always put our own little spin on things. Oh, Prescott, as they get a travel call. I hate that travel call in high school.
Yeah.
This is the only place in America where that's a walk.
I know.
And it shouldn't even be a walk here. It might be a walk in 6th grade basketball. I mean, he shakes him, and I'm sorry that the back foot came up 0.01 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Oh, Vlasic just a touch late getting there. Man, it has been a while since Cinnaminson been on the scoreboard, and, well.
Thanks.
Leave it to me.
Thanks
You
for
put
doing that, Glock.
the Glock hex on it, as usual. As Roderick Wright Jr. finds the bottom of the bucket. Curry. He's just straight up faster and smoother than anybody that they have. trying to tell Szymborski to get out of the way. Is Curry making space easily there. And he'll throw now for Rabayo, and they're going to say a hold on the inside against Yancic. But what a great job by Curry there to just direct traffic, manipulate his defender, and give Rabayo a chance to get the space that he needed.
Yeah, and that pass in was amazing. It was right exactly where it needed to be for him to go up right away and get the score. They just held him.
Curry will cross over and go to the baseline. Vlasic, another three from the corner. He is hot tonight.
They're all hitting their shots, man. It's one of those nights. It's one of those nights where you wish you were playing like a Gill or
I know, right? 27-point lead for Montgomery.
If you're going to hit them all.
And another steal and another foul. Vlasic will inbound it. Curry again thought a couple of times, but now he'll hoist again. No good over the backboard. You know, it's almost like I thought it might be hesitation, and now I'm actually thinking differently of it. I'm thinking that most players won't do that, because once you throw up the first fake and then you look it off, the opposing player has the tendency to back off. Maybe it's really just him creating space for himself.
Could be.
Under 10 to go. And a nice little post move is up and good there from Eric Gallagher. Can Montgomery hurry up with a bucket before the half? Szymborski. Oh, no good.
That would have been beautiful.
That would have been awesome for the freshman to get points before the half there. And as we go into halftime, we have Mandy Shavlin, who is joined by Montgomery assistant coach Joe Bassford. Mandy.
All right, guys, I'm here with assistant coach Bassford, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. So my first question is, you guys had a really early lead in this game. What strategies did your team do to maintain the lead?
We really just tried to pressure them as much as we could, try to get after them, and crank up our defensive pressure. We forced them to 16 turnovers, so that's kind of what we wanted to do. We hope to continue to do it in the second half.
Okay. Thank you for that. What was the mentality of your team coming into this game?
Just to be aggressive and assertive and just, not think too much. Shoot if you have an open shot, get up defensively, hopefully get some steals, and hopefully we can convert off our turnovers, which we did. We were fortunate to shoot pretty well that half.
All right. Thank you so much. Great game. All right, guys. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, Mandy. We are at halftime. Cougars versus Cancer. 38-13. Montgomery leads it. And we will take a break. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back here to Montgomery. Keith Glock, Tim Bartholomew, Matt Pogue, Manny Shavlin, and Jen Kroc. An impressive first half from Montgomery. Tim, overall thoughts?
You know, it's one of those nights where everybody's hitting their shots, and you know, you wish you were playing like a great team so you could be in it. But you know, everyone's doing a great job. They're moving the ball well, and Cinnaminson having a really hard time dealing with the press.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this first half, where Montgomery with a commanding lead. Great job by Szymborski there to step in and take a charge in what we perceive to be a bit more significant minutes coming from that young man. Good job on defense overall by the Cougs in reality. Rabayo just showing his versatility. Montgomery's just really been hot from the outside. Curry there stepping back to hit that three. And then you see Kai Lewis with a little baseline floater. The thing most impressive there for me was with that offhand. And then, of course, Curry and Prescott. Also been asked to inform Mrs. Grundy, who is one of the most important people out there watching this game, that Coach said, inform her that I'm not screaming too much. The voice is okay, and he's doing fine.
Famous last words.
Exactly. We're at halftime in Montgomery, coaches versus cancer. And Polk, how you feeling right now? You got a little better handle right now? You
Way better.
All right.
We'll be better in a week, though.
All right. I like it.
The local news outlet's going to come in and snatch them away from us.
Which one? The 4 a.m. news on Channel 73? Is that the one?
Don't be picky. You think you're doing 5 o'clock news stuff right now?
I mean, I expected at least a 2 a.m. slot, you know?
Oh, God.
4 a.m. is probably better. More people are probably watching at a 4 a.m.
I am awake at 4 a.m. Now, I don't know if I would still watch us yet. I think we got.
Nah, I wouldn't wake up for that.
Yeah, no doubt. See, that's what happens when I mess with other people's toys. We don't have volume on that guy, huh? I thought we would have.
On which one?
On that halftime graphic.
No.
Oh, my bad.
No, didn't think to do that.
We're going to come back as we get set here for quarter number 3. Let's kick it on over to Mandy Shavlin. And Mandy, what do you have for us?
All right, guys, coming into the second half now, I'm going to give you some first half stats. Noah Velocic had 3 threes for a total of 9 points in the first half. Matt Prescott had 2 threes and 1 2-pointer, and the same as Chris Rabayo for 8 points total.
Make that 10
now,
points as Rabayo.
Something that really stood out in this first half is that Chris Rabayo had 6 blocks, which is the biggest contributing factor to their lead. I can't wait to keep watching this game. It's going to be a great game for the Cougs. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mandy. Rabayo there, as Mandy was giving us her take on it, had a nice little inside move. Kai Lewis there picking the pocket of Cinnaminson. He'll throw for head for Curry. He was a little bit of contact, no call. Roderick right, and Rabayo with a 6th block. He'll throw all the way up ahead for Curry. He looks to see if there's any help coming. No need, and a laid in. You hear Grundy, asking for pressure. Kai Lewis just a little vertically challenged there. As the 3, no good. Prescott has it nearly taken out of his hands by Justin Yancic, but Montgomery will retain.
Important to note, Grundy was asking for it. He wasn't screaming. He wasn't yelling.
That's correct.
He wasn't yelling.
Meg, he was not yelling. He was only asking politely, civilly.
As he always does.
Right. Exactly. My nose is growing. No, you didn't like that one. Huh? Wow, how did that get in there? Oh, and Rabayo couldn't get it to fall.
What do you mean, how did it get in there? Curry's the one who passed it. That's how it got in there. So Rabayo gets the opportunity to add to his point total, getting 2 shots from the charity stripe.
Didn't work there, Pogue?
No.
First one is no good.
No good.
So for 2 on those.
Yeah, just, not getting it to fall there from Rubio. Here's Roderick Wright as he's closed out on by Vlasic.
It's a great block.
He's got to just get that shot up faster. Into the lane, and Curry this time getting into the act defensively. And now he'll come up with a steal. He's going to throw up ahead for Noah. And Vlasic will go to the hole with the right hand, no good. Kai Lewis can't corral the rebound, and here comes Cinnaminson. A little pull-up jumper from the foul line is short, no good from Owen Ogden, and here comes Prescott. Montgomery will calm it down as we are under the 6-minute mark. And now Rubio will go to work on the post. And the hook over Gallagher, no good.
He's got to keep working on that because that's a really good shot, and he's going to get that a lot of opportunities for it.
Roderick Wright Jr., no good. It's just off the front rim. And Prescott, everybody into the act tonight defensively.
Yeah. This has got to be, it's got to be their most blocks in the season so far.
Got to stop ball. And they're going to get a foul there on Eric Gallagher. Rubio will go back to the line for the Cougs.
I'm seeing 2 for 2 for this time. Make up for the last trip.
Let's see if you're any better at this than I am. And knocks down the first one on cue. Pogue noted it in the pregame. Christian Lugo adding to the experience here, the Sonic the Hedgehog coin gatherers. I'm a big fan.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Big fan. See, we didn't have those fancy toys as we're 2 for 2. Like Lugo plays playing with the fancy toys. Back then, it was just me with a megaphone screaming into it.
Little known fact, that's actually just on his iPod.
That's right.
Like just little kid video game sounds.
I know.
It's just.
I know. Back in the day when I was doing the PA, before we had the Meyer, before we had Glock's blogs, before we had any of the stages of insanity that we went through here, it was the speakers in the room were pointed not at the stands, as a 3 is airballed from Ogden, and here comes Christian Rowan. Rubio's the trailer. He's going to hoist again. Yes! What a game from Rubio from 3 today.
Man.
His 3rd.
Feeling it. I mean, how heartbreaking is that? You know, you're trying to take away the inside game from him, and then all he does is he gets 9 points, shoot threes on you. That's just heartbreaking.
Prescott this time will throw all the way across for Curry. And Kai Lewis into the lane. Some contact, no call, and a steal. Rowan. And a charge. Second charge of the game.
All things Montgomery right now.
There's nothing that gets this Montgomery team fired up as much as somebody taking a charge. And Christian Rowan with a huge smile right there, baby.
Marco Lainez checking into the game. Kai coming out.
Lainez looks for Rubio, and he'll lay it up and in easily. Another great job from the quarterback.
There was a lot of hesitation from Cinnaminson with their shooters. Just that one hesitation is just taking the shot away from them.
This is going to be a game where, you know, I think there's going to be some other folks that are going to get a look tonight, and that'll be, you know, an important thing for them.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see.
Szymborski's going to come back in for Prescott. For my money, he would play the entire rest of the game.
Just get him those minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially now with meaningful minutes, left. Another air ball, and they are going to get a push on somebody.
And that's just what I was talking about, just that little hesitation that he took before he shot it, and then, we closed the gap on defense, and he threw up an air ball.
Yeah. Jalen Roberts picking up the foul. His first, team's fourth. Montgomery has managed to really stay off the foul sheet today.
Yeah.
Curry. Goes backdoor this time from Rowan and lays it in.
They can do nothing wrong right now.
A drive and a kick, and they were looking for another charge with Szymborski, but he couldn't get it.
Good try, though.
Yeah. And it's on the floor, but picked up by Cinnaminson. And another block by Rubio. It's his 7th by my tally, and he is going to be low-bridged there. And Curry just trying to pick him up.
That's the most work he did all night right there.
Oh, that was funny.
Looks like Shar's getting ready to check in. And he does for Rubio, making sure everything's all right.
Grundy just asked him if he was okay, and
he looked annoyed. He's like,
yeah, duh.
Okay.
Get up. I would trust Marco on that. Linez on the post as Curry moves out of his way, and Linez has his shot blocked, but he gets it back. He'll throw back out. Here's JT for 3. No good.
Got to get one of those to fall. Come on.
Man, you see how excited the bench is every time he hoists. I guess we got to talk about this today, right? Because of how crazy it was yesterday. We're nuts.
Yeah.
Here, right?
No, I know.
I mean, we're pretty nuts when it comes to some of the stupid stuff that we do on the air. We were not those guys talking about the dog getting run over in the driveway.
Oh, no, it was a kid. That was terrible.
Oh, it was a kid?
It was a kid. It's
no.
Terrible. Yes, it's terrible.
I caught that. No, that can't possibly be true.
I think it was.
I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know, man.
Well, now we got to rewatch it later. The worst announcing ever.
It was, I don't know what college game it was, but it was like as Linez will truck through the middle and miss a layup, but Rowan has it back. And Rowan with a tough lay-in.
Get big.
It was a college game of some kind where they were doing largely probably similar to the stupid stuff that we do. I could have sworn they were talking about a dog.
Well, I'm going to watch it later. I guess I hope it was. I don't know.
Shar.
Wait,
Here's a 3. No.
You don't like dogs? What? Jeez.
Well, no, see, this is the problem. This is where this goes. You don't want to get involved. ASPCA will be over here. We don't need that.
They were talking about something horrible, like the dog getting run over in the driveway. And, like, the guy telling the story about the dog getting run over, there's like a steal at midcourt. Like, this guy's racing the other way. He's going to dunk it. He doesn't stop telling the story about the dog getting run over first off. And then the guy on their team just, like, posterizes a guy. And, like, absolutely, like, just throws it down. And he's like that? Did it get run over like that? It was horrendous. It was, oh, my goodness.
That's timing right there.
Dude, it was so bad.
That is timing.
It was so bad.
But you're talking about it, so it was memorable.
A lot of things are memorable. It doesn't make them good.
Well, I saw it, and I was about to send it to Pogue, and then, like, literally 3 minutes later, he sends it to me. He's like, thank God this isn't us.
Now I'm waiting for one of our dog run over moments.
Let's get off that topic
Yeah,
and not use that
eventually
analogy.
something bad's going to happen.
Listen,
No,
we just talked about how we don't suck that bad.
Yeah.
Here's Curry. Shar, he'll go to the baseline. Great job by Rowan to get into some space. Back to Shar. He'll hoist from the corner. No good. Good job on the defensive end by Shar, marking Tyler Kahn. And a deep three at the buzzer. No good. So that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 8 minutes left to go here in the Coaches versus Cancer Classic in Montgomery. Montgomery firmly in control. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew. I will make it through this game. I absolutely promise you. Let's head over to Mandy Shavlin. Mandy.
All right, guys. So after listening in on the huddle in between the quarters, what Coach Grundy was saying is that we still need to play defense, even though we're still up by a lot. He was saying that we need to protect on D, keep up the ball pressure, and apply the ball pressure. Not only have it, but make sure we apply it well and efficiently. And that's basically all he said. All right, guys, back to you.
Thanks, Mandy. There's a steal from Cinnaminson. And as we figured, we would see some other folks in the lineup as Curry and Rubio and Prescott will get a break, a much-needed one. Cougars obviously firmly in control of this one. And a good job defensively there by Szymborski, but they'll call him for a foul. Trying to think of the last left-handed player that Montgomery had that was a impact player. Now I'm trying to remember if he was. Let me see if I can get close enough to Joe Bassford to ask.
I mean, I would have just took my headset off. Nobody would have.
You would have.
Nobody would have known the difference. Montgomery on the on offense now.
There we go. Feel that air, Tim.
Yeah.
Feel that air.
Well, you know, I was waiting for something to happen. Oh, ball stolen to Cinnaminson. Down to number 11. I don't know these guys' names. Oh, very good layup, little floater.
Well, I was wrong.
You were wrong.
I was thinking that A.J. Shadrack was left-handed for some reason back in the day as we get a
Shar banging the three.
Three from Eric Shar.
Love it. The bench all stands up there into it.
Good job by Vlasic. The lead is 37 for the Cougs. It's the biggest lead of the season.
It's all right.
A step back three. That is short, no good. And Shar will track down the rebound as he and Rowan chase the other way. And he'll fire and can't get that one to go. And is he looking for another one? No, they're going to cut him called for a block.
Oh. He's trying to be that guy for us, though.
We got to get Danny Engels back in here and teach him how to slide on his rear end. Engels would get hit at the top of the key, and he would slide into the door back by the...
I don't know. I mean, all those charges or attempts looked pretty good. You know, it looked like it could have went either way.
Listen, if you can stand it, you just stand there, you cover the parts that need covering, so to speak, and just pray for the best.
It's true. I was just thinking, I went to the gym and played basketball with some of the younger guys. You ever play basketball with that like old guy who fouls you and sweats a lot?
Yeah.
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah. Now it is.
Shar
been a while.
Tries. Szymborski.
Oh, good cut.
A ball fake and a pass. Shar will track it down. And the corner. Szymborski again. He'll try it.
Oh, it's the same miss every time, man. In and out.
And Liles is going to get called for a jump ball there.
Just a little bit more rotation.
Man.
I love it. He's still putting him up there. He's like, I'm making the most of these varsity minutes.
Right off the inbound, Liles is going to go to the free throw line.
Schnackenberger looking to check in.
It will be Liles to shoot some free throws. His first one is good. Schnack's in the game.
I think Lugo's next task is to find a good one for when there's a block. Like,
Liles 2 for 2.
Really get into it.
Aryan Gordy is up off the bench. Boy, next year if Gordy can develop a little bit to be able to pair Robayo and Gordy, on the court at the same time, that's going to be very, very difficult.
I mean, it's going to be like the Rohan and Robayo last year, if he can develop in that way.
Here's a steal as Rowan will come the other direction. Shar again. Yes! Second three of the game for Eric Shar.
Nothing but net.
Still 4:45 to go in this game. As Liles gets a hand on the basketball.
And he's rewarded with Gordy coming in for it.
That's right. Boy, for as fun as Liles, is just in the personality, you can tell he really is having fun out there.
Absolutely.
Gordy altering that shot, and Rowan ultimately knocks it out of bounds. And there'll be another shot at it for Cinnaminson. Right to the corner, and a three is up and good from Kyle Robinson.
I would have pulled it.
Cinnaminson breaking into the 20s. No, they need to get Szymborski some points here. He deserves it. As he'll work into the lane. And Schnackenberg as well. He'll go to the lane and get his shot blocked.
Fought for it, though.
Matt Levy also set to check into the game, another freshman. And a block on the inside by Schnackenberg. Schnacks throws up a floater in the lane, no good. It's knocked back out. Szymborski will try his luck and knock it down.
Getting them varsity points.
JT Szymborski, the first bucket here at home for what you would have to believe over the next 3 years you will see a lot more of. An over and back violation. Rowan will have a seat, and Matt Levy will get a look. You are looking at a team of the future right now on the varsity court for the Cougs, who are firmly in control as Schnackenberg goes to the baseline and has his shot altered by some contact. Chris Schnackenberg's name might sound familiar because his older sister, Peyton, is one of the best athletes, overall athletes, to come through Montgomery here in quite some time.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
Up at Syracuse playing softball. Could have been a track and field athlete in college as well if she so chose.
Yeah, I think she transferred out of Syracuse.
Did she?
Yeah. But still playing.
Where is she now?
Boston, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're
just
right.
Just the city of Boston? She's playing for the city of Boston?
Yeah, the Red Sox. They got that team
down
there.
Yeah? Sox?
BU.
What's your day job here at Montgomery again?
No. See, that's a trick question. If I answer that, it's going to look bad.
There we go. Levy getting some points.
Levy on the scoreboard. Did a guidance get ready for college webinar. Pogue's like, yo, you should go to Boston for college. Boston what? Just Boston.
Just show up. You'll find one you like.
There's
a lot.
There's lots of them.
Shar again from way downtown, no.
Levy fighting for the rebound, and Schnack's coming down for it.
There was a shriek out of somebody there. That was interesting. Levy comes down with it. Leaves for Gordy. No good.
Good pass, though. Nice court vision.
How awesome would that have been if Gordy just caught it and dunked it? It would have been like, yeah, screw it.
Yeah, that would have been the capper on the evening.
That's right. There's a little garbage time lay-in from Anthony Wong. The lead remains 40 for the Cougs. Szymborski throws up for Gordy, and
just out of reach.
Now, listen, if that one was Rubio, that might have been a dunk. That was a perfect alley-oop pass off the pick. Now, Gordy ain't quite ready for that yet, but, it is what it is.
You don't know. He might be ready. Just didn't do it.
Another floater from Szymborski. He gets it back, and he'll go to the line.
Let's get some points here.
As I watch this, because times like this are fun, as we get everybody into the game, and, what that usually means is Szymborski drills the first, it's underclassmen. Freshmen, sophomores getting some time, at a point where you're just allow it free to let them play. And all for me it does is underscore the fact that one of the best player, if not the best player on the court, is also a sophomore.
Yeah, really.
It just shows you how good Curry is. Here's Gordy. Back outside for Levy. Jump stop. Has it knocked out of his hands.
A little contact there.
Don't think you're getting that kind of call in this game.
At this juncture.
Gordy steps out, and a couple offensive rebounds here, and Szymborski's going to get called for the foul. Or rather, check that that'll be Schnackenberg. These are the kind of games that, as an official, you love. You're like, there is nothing I could do right now that would have an inkling to do with the outcome of this game.
Yeah. You don't got to worry about those bad calls.
Nope. Could just make them all day long for the next 82 seconds. Notice I needed a little pause there to add that time up.
You're doing some math, man. I like it. I like it.
Too. Took off his shoes, counting toes.
Yeah.
Would helped if I had like a sixth one on each foot.
Oh, you don't?
No.
That's not normal?
No, it's not.
Oh, shoot.
That's why you run fast. You got a little extra grip on the ground. Schnackenberg has it knocked out of his hands. Levy will throw into the corner for Gordy. A lot of pressure as he throws back into the middle, and it's stolen. And we're going to get a foul on Levy. Gordy tried to help him up and whiffed. That was funny. Oh, I love this stuff. Pogue's going to go do some producing for the first time this year, thank God.
About time he does something.
Didn't produce any replays today, I'll tell you that much right now. Got all this technology. Boy, I got to come back to, you got to wait till he comes back to make fun of him because he can't hear me yet.
Yeah.
You can't do it behind his back. That's not any fun.
No, he's got to be able to hear it.
Well, Tim, if they were looking for, a way to bounce back, this was it. As a backdoor cut to Shar. Oh, and he misses the layup. Gordy has his shot blocked. Get your producing done over there, Pogue? You okay?
Yeah, I did. Did a great job, too.
Did you produce any replays while you were over there?
I produced so many that have not been seen yet, but they are there. They are all there.
Schnackenberg off the inbound. No good. They're there. Are any of them usable?
There are some that are usable. There are some that won't make it at all.
It depends on your definition of usable.
Well, mine is very loose right now.
It's a great point. Gordy skying for a rebound, and Levy will come down with it, and Montgomery's going to dribble this one out, and it is going to be a convincing 65-26 win for the Cougs. But you saw a lot from the captains, Robayo and Curry. And we got to look at the future with a guy like JT Szymborski. And that will put the capper on it. Cougs 65 and Cinnaminson 26. Yeah, got to stay on there because we don't have volume on that guy, Pogue, so we'll maybe go back to that later. First of two, as I said, for this team in the Cougars versus Cancer Classic in 2020. And Mandy Shavlin is going to be joined by freshman JT Szymborski. Let's send it on over to Mandy. Mandy, what do you have for us?
All right, so JT Szymborski, right? So your team had a really good game today. You even had a few baskets yourself. So how's this going to affect the rest of your season going forward?
I think it gives us a lot of confidence going into a tough stretch in the season. And, I think it gives us a good amount of confidence.
All right.
Yeah!
What was the highlight of this game for you?
Just getting some of the teammates that don't usually get too much minutes a basket.
All right. Thank you so much. Great game. Thanks, guys. Back to you. Great game, Cougs.
Thanks, Mandy. That was freshman JT Szymborski. We'll see a lot more of him as we continue to go on here over the next couple of years. This was a fun one for us in the Den. Tomorrow's broadcast will be against Haddon Township, and as long as everything goes well, it's set for 7 p.m. If things are running behind, we'll be on and we'll let you know. But we're trying for 6:30. Pogue, how do we feel like it went today?
I give it like a B- area, you know?
Okay.
You know?
As long as you give it the B-.
I'm not going to ask you now. I was going to ask you. No, I'm not going to.
Fastest on the minus. We got some work to do here, bro. Just saying, man.
Could have had this conversation in like 10 minutes.
Didn't buy this laptop to have you screw up the replays, man.
Everyone needs to hear this.
A little later.
That's it.
I'll play them all right now. I'll play them all right now.
I'm sure that would actually be a great time to play all those extra replays.
Cougs by a couple of touchdowns in this one. We'll be back tomorrow night, pregame, 6:30 p.m. against Haddon Township. Have a great evening, everybody. The proceeding has been a production of the Meijer. It's the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this game without the express consent of the Meijer is strictly prohibited. Cougs 65, Cinnaminson 26. For Tim Bartholomew, Matt Pogue, Mandy Shavlin, Jen Kroc, I'm Keith Glock. Thank you for watching.